Attention. Sri Radha, very good. So, we are going to make, we all understand English, right? Anglais. Okay, pas de problème. So, let's see then. Now, this pot then. Oh, this is your one.
Yes.
Oh, right. Well, that's not bad. Let's just see, because, you know, we got to fit them on. We may have to use this one here, and that one we may have to put here. Is that practical? Yes. Okay. So, devotees, what we're going to do, we're going to make a special type of halva. But now you, when you make halva, you may not make such a special type, super duper, but you may make a more regular type of halva. So let me just explain what that would involve first. Look at this. Ugh. Okay, anyway, yeah, keep that on top. Where is the butter? Okay, right. So, you can light it. And let's put in, well, look, a simple halva, just listen to this, is one part semolina, 1 part butter, 1 part sugar, 2 parts water. That's it. That's a very simple one. And you would cook, you would need 2 pots. One is for the water and the sugar, and the other is for the butter and the semolina. So if you just remember that, 1, 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 1, 2. Semolina, butter, sugar, 1. 2 parts water. And you cook them separately. So let us, this is now 3, or what is it?
It's
2. Okay, so now we're going to do a bit of a, higher level. A more fancy, a richer type of halva. So there are going to be some variations. Well, actually, you know what? You know what we should do? We've got gloves, do we? Okay. Let us just put the water in here. Put it on there. Right. And then we'll pour the water in there. Now, am I going to be? Yeah, that's it. Look at this. With my big watch on and everything. Watch out. Okay. Now, where did the butter go? There's the butter. So let's just put the butter here. Just put it all in. Now, what we are doing is, see, this is 1 kilo of butter, and we're going to use 1 kilo of semolina. And here we have put 2 liters of water, but we're going to add some cream to make it a bit richer. We're going to add some, we're going to add some cream. There's some cream we're going to add, but not yet, just hold on. And we're going to add some raisins. 𝐸𝐸𝐬𝐬𝐢𝐬𝐬, okay, yeah. No, there. The water, the raisins, and the sugar will go, let me just, no, leave it there. I'm just saying that these things will go, the water, here we're using raisins, which is sort of like additional. This is half a kilo of raisins, and this is 2 liters of water. But in the classic, tell me, what is it, the classic? 112. 1 butter, 1 semolina, and 1 sugar is there, and 2 liters of water. That's just a simple halava. But we are now doing a fancy halava. So this is 1 kilo butter and 2 liters water, so that's the same. But we've added raisins, and we are going to add some cream. Actually, this is, we don't even need a bigger pot, you know. This is more than, anyway, let's try. So first of all, we melt the butter, and we put on the water, and if you're going to use raisins or sultanas, put them in immediately because they're very dry. You know, they have to soak up some water. And we will put in our sugar in there right at the end when it's boiling. The water's boiling and we're almost ready to pour the water and sugar, and in this case raisins. We will pour that in here, in with the grains which have been cooked in the butter. And we're almost ready here. It's not quite melted, but it's getting there. So this is on, you know, I think strong heat, right?
It's medium.
Pretty much medium.
Strong one is here.
This is.
No, this one is strong.
So that should be on a strong heat. No, we don't need that.
You don't need it?
No. I'm asking about this. What sort of level heat is it on?
This one is on medium.
We should have it on a higher heat,
So
it gets boiling as soon as possible. Now with the butter, la beurre, is that right? La beurre? Le beurre, sorry. Oh, look. This is, you see that guy there? He's a living entity. See? I didn't put him there. Hey, we got, and do we have, see now, this is going to get too far. It's already, no, put it there, just put it back there. Where it was. Yes. Take it away. To move this over because it's going to be going too fast. So what are we going to do? Sieve it. See, they did not tell us that they put a worm in. And we hope the worm other worm does not make it through. But for the time being, see the raisins are getting softish there. And you can use raisins, you can use sultanas, you can use dried dates, are very nice actually, and sort of any type of dried fruit that you like. You can use strawberries. Was that another one? Oh, I see. Yeah. So this is now, it was not 2, it was just 1.5, but now it's 2. And, yeah, so it can just be on top heat, no problem. So you reckon that's about 1? Okay, then you can remove these bottles. Okay, so back here to the semolina and the butter. We try and use everything. Gosh, imagine if we were on television and we found a worm in the semolina. It would not be good. Okay, so now we come back over and we turn the heat up a bit. Oh yeah, up. So we just get this going. Just get the butter through it. It's still fairly rich. Are you ladies and gentlemen, do you know what is clotted cream?
No.
From England, like southwestern England, Devon, Cornwall, you know England a bit. So it's a really rich cream. It's cream which has been boiled down and cooked for a while. And some devotees made halava for Srila Prabhupada with clotted cream in it. And Prabhupada took one mouthful. And Prabhupada said, you know what he said? He said, what is the secret weapon behind this halava? Because it was like super rich. And this here, what we're having here, is going to be like moderate rich. Not too rich, but it will definitely have some richness. Because it's not exactly, the normal sort of thing you do at home for the family, but it's more like for a feast, or maybe for the deities with some cream added, some dried fruit added. Anyway, this is coming. It's doing okay. So you can see now the semolina is starting to bubble up, which is good. It's under control. It's not burning. So it's okay. But it's sort of at the point, when it gets to this stage where you can see it's bubbling up a bit, then we will turn it down a bit to avoid, the danger of it sticking and burning. So could you please turn it down? Yeah, like that. Let's see how it goes. Like that, it's around 25% or 30%. And you see here how it's cooking. Goes a little lighter where it's been on the bottom. So basically, you just keep stirring. And you can leave it occasionally for half a minute or something like that. But you've got to be careful that it doesn't burn, because, you know, who wants burnt anything? And here, this is our raisins. They're really softening up nicely. Oops. And when it starts boiling, hopefully, then at that point, we will add the sugar, which is there, but not yet. And we're actually going to add, this is a sort of super special ingredient, cream. We'll add that when we have mixed the water with the raisins with the sugar all mixed in. Then we pour it in here, and when it's all poured in here, then we'll add the cream. And can you see here how it's, you know, it's cooking. This has been on the bottom, and therefore it cooks a little more strongly than the rest. So just keep it sort of moving a bit. Watch out for burning we don't need. Maybe we've got to turn it down slightly further. And just keep it moving. Basically, keep it moving.
Do you want me to switch it off or not? Or what?
No. And so we just sort of let it go. Think you can manage it? I'm sure you can. I think a 10-year-old child could manage it, actually. So just keep it going, and it'll cook through. And when it is cooked through, usually a special sort of phenomenon occurs, is that the butter starts coming up, like really coming up over the semolina, and almost sort of separates. And when that happens, then you know it's definitely cooked. You know, for this to cook, I would say another sort of 10 or 15 minutes will be enough, because you know what it's like. It's just tiny little grains. So they're not thick things like some sort of fruit or some sort of vegetable like a potato. So it basically cooks pretty quickly and easily. And this is on full blast, isn't it?
Yes, we have.
Full blast. Yeah, that's okay.
Do you want me to swap the pots? Sugar. Because I
don't know. No, I think we just leave it. Even if it doesn't actually boil as such, I think it will. As long as it's cooked nicely. And keep our eye on this to avoid any mishaps. And Well, you know how to do gaja halava, right? You've done carrot halava, pretty easy. Have you done potato halava?
No.
Oh, it's nice. Sure. It's amazing, actually. And you don't do 1-1-1 with potato halava. You probably do, say, 1 of potato and then like maybe a half or a quarter of butter, but 1 of sugar. And for a 𝐸𝐸𝐬, it's just really nice. I did in Johannesburg a few months ago on an 𝐸𝐸𝐬. The devotees really liked that. So it's kind of cooking away quietly. Put it up, just very slightly. And there's a slight bit of burning has happened here, but it's not like real burning. Are you familiar with a style of Indian cooking called chachari?
No.
You know what a chachari is? Chachari means you cook something, vegetables, but you use a lot of ghee or oil, and you actually try to burn it slightly, just slightly at the bottom, and then you turn the vegetables over and cook them and slightly burn them. So there's sort of like a crust forms. And that's a chachari. And Prabhupada really liked chachari. Are any of you disciples of Bhakti Charu Maharaj? Anyone? No one? Because he used to cook chachari for Prabhupada. It's going pretty good. Just the spot's a little difficult. So what we'll do now, because this is just about there really, it's about as close to there as we're going to get, because we don't want uncooked semolina, that's not very so nice. Then I mentioned how the butter starts coming up. So it's sort of beginning to come up here a bit. Little bit, you can see there's some butter on the top. So can we put, please, the sugar in the water? Yes. And this is about, well, we've done more than 1.
Yes, we have.
This is what is like 1.5. It's like 1.5 kilos. So it will be a bit sweeter than your regular halava. Okay, now stir it up. I think it's dissolved.
Dissolve. Okay. A little bit.
But we want it dissolved completely. And then we're going to put it in. Now there's another little embellishment, is a bit of vanilla, which we'll put in the water. Oops. Okay. It's just sort of, you know, a little. Okay, so then it's coming up over the top. And right. So now this is where it gets a little adventurous. We're going to pour this in here, and it is going to spit at us.
Next we'll copy it.
Okay, so let's go.
Ibu lubu.
Whoa. Watch out. Sort of sugary. Okay, now the cream. And here, you know, it's kind of liquidy, but it will thicken. Okay. And we will just keep stirring it until it thickens. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
My mom is asking me to stirring.
Oh, I'm going to
You want
stir
a break of lunch?
my rasa. Kind of funny cream, actually. It'll dissolve in due course, I guess. So it's still on a moderate heat, not too hot. And you can turn it a bit, not much. This is a bit weird, actually. This cream is not breaking down. I never use this sort of cream. It's normally just liquid. But it is thickening. It is thickening. You've got to keep stirring. Otherwise, this is when it may actually stick and burn. I must admit, this is definitely weird cream. So I think we should turn it down, please, so it doesn't burn, but we keep stirring and it'll keep thickening. And let's hope this cream gets the message and starts, you know, breaking up. Otherwise, Krishna will have mouthfuls of cream. But you see how it's thickening. It was liquid, but now it's, you know, kind of, it's getting there. And plenty of butter. And plenty of blobs of cream. Really weird. Something different. What would you suggest? Okay, someone do it. Just be careful it doesn't stick. And don't touch, yeah. Yes? we are going to offer this
Yes.
to the Lord. Okay, you got it? Yeah, so we need, you see how it's thickened? It's not like totally thick, but you know, it's definitely on the thicker side compared to what it was, because it was just liquid. It's really nice. And once this is offered, you know what you have to do then? You have to eat all of this. And you can see now it's getting thick. So it's a bit richer than what you would normally get if you just use the 1:1:1:2 ratio. But this is special. It's amazing. Look at that. Yeah, it's really quite thick. And the thing to do with halava is offer it hot and then eat it when it's hot. The flame is still on, right?
That's good. Nice fish.
No. You just keep going until it really is fairly thick. Look at that. Amazing. It's so opulent.
Can I feel that?
Huh?
Can I?
No. So what we'll do now, we got our offering,
Yes,
that's our
yes,
offering
yes.
tray, right? And does this pot have a top? Okay, so anyway, we will, you know, in due course, put the top on, but let's put a bit on the offering plate. Okay, go ahead. Okay, that's good. Great. Look at that. Okay, so we're there, devotees. And it'll be kind of softish. You know, it won't be like bready, if you know what I mean. It'll be kind of softish, but have a beautiful texture. And now, so now we turn off the flame off. Turn it off. Okay, put the lid on. That keeps it nice and hot. And there you go. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.